Stop, you sexy bitches! I am your host, Sterling, and welcome back to the channel! This is where I like to read some of the best and most upvoted stories on Reddit, and today we're going to be getting into some choosing beggars. This is where OP will not work for cookies or gratitude or prayers, and then OP's parents get stuck with a $90 bill at a restaurant thanks to a choosing beggar. Oh, these stories hurt my head, but they're so good. Let's just get into this. Our first story is by Caro Jeans. No, I won't tutor you for 1/3 minimum wage, cookies, gratitude, or prayers. So I'm an English teacher and tutor, ESOL certified, or teaching English to speakers of other languages, a 150-hour course. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I charge $25 per hour of actual tutoring. Each session includes new notes on either practice activities or worksheets, all of which are custom made for each client. These extras take time to prepare, so I usually have around 30 minutes of additional work for every hour of tutoring. Wow, that's a lot. All said and done, my hourly wage is about $17 an hour. Of course, I understand that my reasonable fee is unattainable for some people. In those cases, I'll offer the same service, with all of the extras, for a discount price between $15 and $20. These discounts bring my hourly income down to around $10 to $13 an hour, but I'm happy to help out. So obviously I'm 1, a bitch refusing to tutor this one lady's kid for $5 per 1 hour session, 2, a bad person for not accepting cookies as payment for tutoring a lovely couple and their 2 kids. Their citizenship tests are coming up and apparently it's now exclusively my fault if they fail. 3, a mean cunt for saying no to helping a man who lied on his CV, and then landed a job in which he was expected to work directly with Anglophone clients. Oopsie. In exchange for unmeasurable gratitude, appreciation, and positive karma. He wanted 6 hours a week for 3 weeks. 4. The most evil person because after 3 weeks of asking multiple times a week for her client's availabilities, I stopped asking when I told her to let me know when she was free for a session. I was already charging her only $15, and 5 of the 6 sessions that we had were already rescheduled. I felt like I was already doing her a favor by not charging her for the no-shows. And I thought it was reasonable to clarify that it is her responsibility to let me know when she is available so I can book her. Apparently, this is a cardinal sin because her response was a very nasty message 5 days later. 5. A bad Christian for not wanting to tutor in exchange for kids' parents praying for me. Guess you can't please everyone. No, you really can't. If you try and please everyone, you will please no one and you will leave yourself empty. You really need to know your own worth and stick to that. Don't let people just tromp and trollop all over you. Our next story is by Red NRYT. Teach me web development in exchange for coffee. This happened around 2 years ago. I had some free time and decided to build an e-commerce site. I work as a full-stack developer for a gaming company, but I also try to learn other things outside of my current work project on the side as a hobby to broaden my scope. I paid hosting, domain parking, etc. with my own money just to play with and make a small project. When I managed to get one running, I gave it to her as a kind of thank you gift for always giving me free cupcakes on special occasions. She was delighted. My aunt started bragging about it to all her friends. They didn't pay much attention to it until it started to pick up during the pandemic and lockdown. Having an online shop helped her business. Then one of her friends got so interested and asked my aunt to ask me to make her one too, for free. What the hell? It's not free to host a website, not to mention the effort I would have to spend in working on it. I don't want to make it sound like I make a big deal for my aunt. It was just a hobby project, so I just told the aunt I can't because I'm busy at the moment. This did not stop her though. She kept pestering my aunt to ask me stuff about my project. More of how's now. She said she's gonna make one herself, she just needed some guide where to start. Okay, so I started sending her stuff, YouTube tutorials, blogs, articles, books, but it did not stop there. My aunt can't handle her anymore. She gave her my details. Now she communicates to me directly. She says she's having a hard time understanding anything I sent her. Then she messaged me something like this. I am paraphrasing, we didn't talk in English.
Could you be a dear and help an old lady out? Why don't we meet during your break time and you can teach me how to do this stuff once or twice a week?
I tried to politely explain to her that these were classes that she could take if she's really into this stuff.
But can't you do it? I feel like I will be more comfortable learning from you. Let's just meet and discuss this further in person, shall we?
I tried to dissuade her by joking that my rates are more than double those online courses I sent. And I'm fully booked. She must pay the reservation fee if she wants a slot.
But it will only take a fraction of your time. How about if coffee's on me instead? Come on, let's meet up.
Sorry, but no thanks, I said. She made some more attempts to convince me to meet up with her. One time she even said just to talk. I never replied to any of them. I think she may be just an old lady and using this as an excuse to hang out with people. So I don't know if this story qualifies here. I don't know how old you think is old, OP, or what country you're in, or what language you're actually communicating in, but I'm really leaning towards she just 100% wants a free website. Our next story is by Don't Call Me Baby. The time an acquaintance was unhappy with her birthday celebration. I, 29 female, hesitant to call this girl, 29 female, a friend because I really don't know her all that well. We met through a local group for a hobby we both had. We hung out a couple times, texted a bit, but we weren't close friends. During one of the times we were hanging out to work on our hobby, she complained that all of her friends were busy on the day of her actual birthday, but she really wanted to celebrate that day instead of waiting for the weekend or whatever. She sounded so down about it and I felt so bad, so I told her I would take her out. It was only a couple days away and I was on a super tight budget. But another one of our friends from the hobby group and I took her out to a lunch at a local cafe. We paid for her meal. She griped about the food the entire time, but I shrugged it off. And afterwards, the three of us went back to my place for some ice cream that I made sure fit all of our dietary restrictions. While I was dishing up the ice cream, she disappeared into my bedroom and shut the door. Our other friend and I were confused, but thought maybe she was having a wardrobe malfunction or taking a cell phone call, so we let her be for about 10 minutes before going and checking on her. She didn't respond when we knocked on the door, so we let ourselves in and found her sitting on my bed with her arms crossed, tears streaming down her face. We asked what was wrong, and she said she was upset that it took us so long to check on her. I was getting pissed at this point, but wanted to keep the peace, so simply explained why we immediately didn't run after her. After some groveling, we got her to come out for some ice cream. Before she left, I gave her a small gift that I sewn by hand. Tight budget, remember. She didn't say thank you, she looked it over and said, I don't like the color, but maybe I can dye it. Needless to say, we didn't speak much after that. It's almost 3 a.m. and instead of letting me sleep, my brain is reminding me of this awful day, so I thought I might as well share it. Wow! I feel like there's a lot of people like this though. They have either high expectations or they've had bigger things happen in the past. Maybe they're from a spoiled family. It's like, oh, I'm used to the newest iPhone on my birthdays or a new laptop or whatever. But like having a handmade gift has got some serious sentimental value. There could have been a good friendship there, but that choosing beggar really screwed that up. Our next story is by Captain Emmy. When did Easter become all about big gifts? I confess, this is more meta, but I do have a story. About a month ago, my husband and I decided that we were done with slime. All slimes and doughs of the place were banned from our household for a period of some odd months. Before this happened, I purchased a box of plastic eggs containing slime, figuring they could be a fun filler for Easter baskets. I got like 4 dozen of these eggs to my surprise for the purchase. This led to them sitting on the shelf as I had no intention to give them to my children. A couple of my local needs groups this past week have had their fair share of posts asking for Easter basket help. So I began offering up these slime eggs. A few families took some, grateful. I was happy to clear out the eggs and happy to help. Then up comes a new post. Poor family, no money left this pay period, and here is Easter. Oh, maybe they would like a contribution of these slime eggs. Not much of a full basket, but hey, the others saw it as a contribution. This is the conversation. I failed to take the screenshots before this post was taken down. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we could take those. But do you have anything else? Kid 1 wants new video games, Kid 2 wants new AirPods, and we're hoping to maybe get them scooters. Confused me. No, I can't help with that. We need real gifts. No thanks to those eggs. For my own wonderings, is this normal? My kids are getting candy and a few small gifts that fit in a basket. Nothing expensive. Am I supposed to be buying them pricey stuff for Easter? Did I completely neglect the gifts of St. Patrick's Day? I don't know, OP, but as we've already learnt in this video, you can't please everyone. Some people just want the world and you can't do enough for them, and you may as well not. Our last story is by Deleted, entitled 2 Coupons. A former neighbor recently reconnected with my parents. They hadn't seen each other for about 20 years. She found my mom on Facebook. She asked if my parents would like to go out for dinner with her and her new husband. She explained that she had 2 buy one meal, get one free coupons for a local restaurant. The restaurant was known for being a little pricey, but knowing one of my parents' meals would be free made it seem okay. When it came time for the check, the waitress asked how they would like the bill to be split. The former neighbor presented the 2 coupons and proudly stated that her and her husband were eating free. The waitress then pointed out that the free meal had to be of equal or less of value. Both my parents' meals were around $30 each, while the other 2 meals were over $40 each. To this, the former neighbor just said, "That's fine," and handed her the coupons. The waitress returned with the bill for the 2 higher-priced meals, with my parents' meals removed from the coupons. My dad then asked, "Shall we split this in half?" The neighbor replied, "Oh, our meals were covered by the coupons." My parents attempted to politely explain that they were now having to pay over $26 more than if my parents came in on their own and ordered the same thing. The neighbor didn't follow that logic, but then the new neighbor's husband added that neither of them had brought any money. My dad reluctantly paid the bill. The neighbor said as they were leaving, "This was fun, we should do it again." My dad just said, "No," and then both my parents just walked away. Yeah, I'm really confused of what just happened. It's like OP's parents bought a cheaper meal than the Beggars, and then somehow they reversed the payments so that the neighbor used the coupons to pay for OP's parents, and then OP got stuck with the $40 a piece thing. That's you scummy choosing beggar, you. Damn, that would annoy the hell out of me. I would never want to see that person again either. I don't blame your parents. I don't blame your dad for just going, "No," and then walking away. Just that's it. Like, I don't have time for that sort of bullshit in your life. Oh, that's awful. Oh, fuck. Oh, well. That was r/choosingbeggars. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to see more videos. Later, everyone.